It's hard to believe, but it's true. The first half of 2022 is in the record books, and right now, we are closer to January 2023 than we are to January 2022. There's no question the first half of 2022 was an epic time to buy a home and secure a mortgage. But will this sentiment be true for the second half of 2022? Welcome to special episode 150 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. My name is Kevin Martini, and I'm a certified mortgage advisor. I help families create generational wealth in real estate with the right mortgage strategy. I'm located in Raleigh, North Carolina. However, myself, along with a very talented crew of mortgage professionals, help families in all 100 counties in North Carolina and pretty much in every state in the U.S. too. I'm calling this special episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, Real Estate is Turning. Some people that are thinking of buying a home wish they did it earlier this year, and they are wondering if they should still consider buying a home this year. Is it still a good time, or has the opportunity been missed? It's a great question, and I'm reminded of that Chinese proverb. It goes like so. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is right now. Many people are saying that the real estate market is shifting. A few are saying the real estate market is pivoting. I believe we are at a turning point, and being at a turning point is not a bad thing. During the second half of 2022, we are turning to a more normalized real estate and mortgage market. It's indisputable that there was unprecedented real estate activity experienced during the evil pandemic. The pandemic created a real estate surge that deviated from the norms. The real estate rush was amplified courtesy of the remarkable low mortgage rates and the influx of home formations or household formations created by older millennials coming to age. Some of the headlines today about real estate may be factually correct, but they are not properly representing the truth of what has happened in the past and what is going to happen in the future. As a primer, it is my opinion and the opinion of many experts that low mortgage rates push some home buyers forward. In other words, they accelerated their home buying process. Important to highlight, some took action and many are still needing to take action. Yes, there is home buyers still out there, and there is an undersupply of roofs for those home buyers. You see, the developing story that no one is talking about is household formations. What is a household formation? Let me define household formation by using examples. A child living with their parents moves out. When the child moves out, it is a housing formation. Another example of a household formation is a married couple. However, they're getting a divorce. One is staying in the current house and one is leaving the marital home. The one that is leaving is a household formation. In the simplest form, a household formation is created when one is leaving a residence without relinquishing the residence where they live. Today, there are over 1.4 million new household formations. And that is a big number that no one is talking about. This 1.4 million people need shelter. Sure, not all of the 1.4 million are going to buy a home, but they will need a roof. Some will rent and some will buy. And it's likely that those that will rent will buy at one point. In the 40th anniversary of the National Association of Realtors' signature profile of home buyers and sellers, it highlights that the average age of a first-time home buyer was 33 years old. This is significant because there are more 32-year-olds than 33-year-olds. There are more 31, 30, 29, and 28-year-olds than there are 33-year-olds. These folks will buy, and there is an undersupply of homes available today and in the future. The undersupply of homes is estimated to be approximately 5.5 million. As a primer, there was a thought process that a millennial was not going to buy a home. This thought was wrong. The fact is, millennials wanted to buy, but they just delayed their purchase of a home later than other generations. This false thesis on millennials is one reason why there is an undersupply of homes that is not going to be resolved this year, next year, and it could take a decade to resolve this inventory shortage. Let me share a little context with you. From 1968 to 2000, housing completions averaged approximately 1.5 million housing units per year. However, from 2001 to 2020, builders only built an average of 1.23 million units per year. There was a lot of overbuilding in the years leading up to the 2007-2009 housing crash. And then the market overcorrected in the years after the crash. When you do the math, we're still short by approximately 5.5 million homes on the aggregate. Going back to Economics 101, when supply is low, price is high. There is the demand out there, and there is not the supply. I'll come back to supply in a hot second because we will see homes for sale to increase. There was a frenzy in the real estate marketplace fueled by some of the lowest rates in my lifetime, and maybe even your lifetime too. Mortgage rates have been drifting upward in 2022 from those very sexy rates. However, even though mortgage rates have moved upward, home loan rates today are still very attractive from a historical standard. The bargain hunters found their bargain, and now mortgage rates are just on sale. Yes, mortgage rates today are still very attractive, even with their fluctuation, and they are nowhere close to their suggested retail price. There is a strong potential that mortgage rates will take a U-turn, but before that happens, it all depends on inflation. Inflation drives higher mortgage rates. Until inflation peaks, home loan rates will not peak. That is why one should date their mortgage rate and marry their home. You see, when you secure a great rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage today from the Martini Mortgage Group, which is likely to be better than when your folks purchased a home and materially better than when your grandparents purchased a home. Once inflation is normalized, and once we are on the other side of the recession, home loan rates should improve. History has provided us some clues. On average, post-recessions, mortgage rates improved 1.8%, highlighting my sentiment that right now you should be marrying your home and dating your rate. Let me explain. It is highly probable that in 2023, any mortgage that you get today will be refinanced when the Fed gets inflation under control. The Fed will get inflation under control. It may be as soon as the end of this year, or it is more likely to happen in 2023. I found that the Fed is always late to the party, and they stayed too long at the party. Clearly, the current environment echoes they were late to the party. Now, let me go back to inventory. Inventory is increasing today because the bargain hunters are no longer in the market. It is not that miraculously inventory is rapidly growing because homes have not materialized. Inventory is increasing because new homes are being added, but the current inventory is taking a little longer to sell. This is a good thing. We are leaving the frenzy street and turning onto normal avenue. Homes will still appreciate, however, not at the pace that they have been during the frenzy. Home appreciation is now at worst going to be normal and at best more than normal. The previous rate of appreciation during the frenzy was not sustainable. However, sustainable appreciation is forecasted. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, CoreLogic, the Home Price Expectation Survey, National Association of Realtors, Zelman, and the Mortgage Bankers Association all see home appreciation in 2022. In fact, the average of all their forecasts is 8.5%. I personally believe the average is low, and the best metric for future home values is the Home Price Expectation Survey because it's not one person's opinion. It is the opinion of over 100 market experts. In 2022, the Home Price Expectation Survey says 9.3%, and it is putting the 5-year cumulative appreciation pretty darn close to 25%. This is slight increase in inventory and increase on days on market is a good thing. It may provide you with more options as a home buyer and a little bit more time to consider all your options. You now can likely sleep on your decision if it is the right home for you to marry while you're dating the rate. Remember, there is no entity that sees a retreat of home values. Now is time to explore your options, and the first step is the home loan. The real estate market is turning, and turning is a good thing for the long-term health of housing. If you want to be a home buyer, you need to know what's happening in the mortgage arena and housing market so you can make the most informed decision possible. Let's connect to discuss your goals and what lies ahead so you can determine the best plan for your move. My name is Kevin Martini, and I am a certified mortgage advisor, and you can reach me by dialing 919-238-4934. Thank you for tuning in, and please share this episode with somebody you care about. Now it's time for the disclaimer. This material has been prepared for marketing purposes only. This is not a loan commitment or guarantee of any kind. Loan approval and rates are dependent upon borrower's credit, collateral, financial history, and program availability at time of origination. Rates and terms are subject to change without notice. The Martini Mortgage Group at PCL Financial is a division of Celebrity Home Loans, NMLS 227765, with a branch address of 507 North Blunt Street, Raleigh, North Carolina 27604. You can contact Certified Mortgage Advisor and Producing Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS 143962, by calling the branch, and that number is 919-238-4934. For a full list and more license information, please visit www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org or by visiting www.Martini Mortgage Group. Equal Housing Lender.